Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making a gold farm. You see, this gold farm here it's very slow. So I want to build a bigger, better and much faster one. And you see here, the rates are quite slow. So, what do I need all this gold for? Well, I'm going to be building a massive piglin trader because I need 30 stacks of quartz blocks. And do you know what I need 30 stacks of quartz blocks for? I'm going to build a massive drowned farm. So what I need 40 stacks of gold blocks. And that's going to take me a long time to AFK. So, this is the start of the massive gold farm. I'm going to get to work and build this massive farm. I'm just adding these little platforms for each side because underneath the hoppers are going to be there, and then the chest underneath that. I'm removing these blocks on each side so that, because I'm going to place a minecart hopper on top, and then the minecart hopper means that the hoppers will pulling out the items 4 times quicker without a minecart. I'm just adding some temporary storage on each side because eventually I'll build a massive storage system which can handle the drops from the farm. I'm just adding a minecart hopper on each side because the trident killers will be above them. I'm just moving this minecart hopper into the corner so the minecart hopper is above all 4 of the hoppers so it picks up 4 times quickly. And I'm just adding it on each side because if I didn't, then some of the hoppers might not be as quick as others. So I'm going to make sure that they're all the same side and into the middle so then they can all be as quick as each other. I'm now just getting the items out of this shulker box, the detection system for the Trident killers. I'm now just adding a block here, and I'm going to add a lever, so when I put the pistons down, they don't start all making sound. I'm going to add this on each side for when the pistons are down. It's a detection system, so they know when it's on or off. Now we're going to continue this up. And now I'm going to add the next layer to the farm. And now I'm just adding the water. Progress has been good. I've I've done the water streams. Progress is, and now I've added all the glass, and now I need to just add in the water. And there's buttons here so the water doesn't go down. Add one here. And add the last one here. And now, so I've completed the portals. I've just got to add all the redstone system, get the storage. And what I'm currently doing now is I'm just building the portal. I built that in the wrong spot. So I just have to add it like that. So then now I'm going to add redstone. I'm going to add a block of redstone, and I'm going to, these three observers are going to point towards this observer. And now I'm going to do connect all this bit together. And now, and then I'm going to get trap doors. concluding this bit, and then I'm going to get the lava. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7. Right, now I have done all 4. I've just got to do the tower from the AFK spot, and then I've got to build the storage, and now let me just add a line of glass around this packed ice. So then when the items come through, they don't just fall on the floor. So let me just add a block here and here. And we want to add a chest here and slabs across blocks here. Add comparators here. And then I'm gonna add blocks over here. I've got some torches there. Now I'm going to add some glass there, solid blocks, redstone, dust. And now I've got this side complete as well. And now that is the collection system all done. So, I've now decided to add a lot more hoppers and stuff because we want 40 stacks of gold blocks. We're going to need all the gold that we need. So it all goes into this one crafter, and this goes into the ingots, this one goes into the ingots, and it all gets crafted into this one chest. Now let me add 2 blocks here. Now let me add a stair here. And this is the 4th one complete as well. And that's all 4 complete. I'm now just adding this detection system thing for the gold swords. And that is the 4th complete. There you go, I've now just fixed it. Before I'd messed some bits up, and now it's properly fixed. I'm now just adding the same sorting systems as the ones down there, but these ones are for the gold swords. So when an item passes through them, they'll be able to see that it is a gold sword and unlink this and let it go through. Because with the other ones, it's filtering out the gold, ingots, nuggets, and the rotten flesh. And this is the fourth one complete as well. Next, I need to I'm gonna go down here. I'm going to add a block there, and I'm going to build up myself. I'm going to add, and then fire's going to go there. So, and this is the fourth lava. As you can see, I tested it for about 10 minutes and I got 5 blocks. And over here, I've got quite a bit of rotten flesh as well. So I'm gonna AFK for an hour and see how much gold I get. And that is plenty of time passed. Let's go and check how much we've got. Oh my, that's all the gold I'm gonna need. So much rotten flesh. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's very impressive. That's all I'm gonna need. Let me go get a shulk box and transport it. And when I craft these last 3 minecart hoppers, I've got every item I need for the Piglin Trading. I just quickly nipped back to the base to get a few extra redstone items, and now let's go back to the area. As you can see, I'm currently making up the first part of the Piglin Trading Hall. Now I want to block that, and I want a block. Place one there, a detector rail there, and then we want that like that. And now we need to do the same of the whole of this for the rest. I'm now just onto my final piece. I'm just onto my final piece. I'm onto my final part of the Piglin Trading. So how it works is we place 2 glass here, 2 dust, place a block here. So now how it works, you place a hopper minecart there, place a block there, place glass there, like that. Now I pick Now I get a comparator. And let me redo this one. I'm just adding buttons, so when the piglins come through, it's really easy for the stuff to just get through all the items. So I'm just adding these brilliant stands and buttons down, so it makes it much easier to get the items to the different places. I'm now just going to move this guy a bit forward, so then he leans over the edge, so then when I give him the gold, I'm now just heading back to the base to get all the gold for the Piglin Trading. I've now made it back to the base. Let me collect all the gold. And let's head back to the nether. I was able to collect all the items for the filters, and now when I put this gold in, look how fast it filters out items. It's crazy. It's crazy the speed it goes. Look how fast. Look at how fast the items is. All of them chests up there is 40,000 gold. I've now just got to wait for this all to be done, and then we can move on to the next plan. But I'll bring you back when it's all done. As you can see now, it's stopped moving, so let's go down and check the results. Oh my goodness. I think we backed up the storage. Wow. That's a decent amount. That's good. Wow, look at the leather. String. The iron. Oh, we've got a lot of iron. The obsidian, look at all that. The crying obsidian. All the ender pearls. All the gravel. All the soul sand. All the arrows. Fire chargers. So now we are going to grab these shulker boxes and fill up the quartz blocks. Take these two shulker boxes, and now we're going to head back to the base to collect the rest of the materials for the next farm we're building. I've now made it back to the base. I'm now going to store these shulker boxes in this chest, and while I get the other materials for the farm in this chest room. I've got all the items for the farm. These two shulker boxes are for the main part of the farm, and these two shulker boxes are both for the farm's roof. I'm now just adding the storage for the drowned farm and adding some hoppers and adding a third chest as well. And adding one more hopper there. I'm now just adding a wall around this little part of the farm, so for when the water doesn't escape and for where the drowned loot will be collected. I'm just adding some glass here, so for when the drowns go down to the collection area, they can find a way from the bottom to fall down. And the glass is going to go from this to this. 15 blocks in the air. I'm now just adding this platform here for when the drowns can drop down to the kill area. I'm just now building this wall up 4 blocks. I just built this little water feature thing for the Nautilus so they don't take up the mod cap, because in the old farm they used to take up the mod cap and this one won't. I've now just started adding all the layers. And it'll go from this to this, the entire water area. I decided to get rid of all the water and add this little box around it and then add the water again. That's now the water placed back in, and now I've just got to do the big roof. And now I'm just adding little blocks here so baby drowns don't get stuck. Don't do that one, and now let me go and do the rest. Now you can see that things are starting to spawn, but not the drowns yet because they haven't, because the roof isn't on. I'll link the tutorial in the description of the tutorials that I've used. And that's all done. And now I'm just starting to add the roof, so then drowns can spawn down below. I've now outlined all of the corners, so now I've just got to fill it all in. And in the middle, there's all going to be leaves. We are just adding the last torches to the farm. I'm just going to add a couple of torches here and here, and because so I don't want the leaves to set fire, so I'm going to set one here, and I'm going to set one over here. So now I'm just going to remove this pillar of, and in a minute drowns start spawning. I'm just adding the last part of the trident killer. There you go, now drones are starting to spawn because the roof and everything's complete, so now we need to go down below, down to here. And I'm gonna AFK for about an hour and see what rates we get. I think now that's long enough, so I'm going to turn off this farm And let's see the rates that we've got. It's pretty good. There's a lot of tridents, lot of gold, lots of fishing rods, lots of tridents, lots of copper, lots of ink sacks. It's brilliant. I'm now going to head back to the base. I've now made it back to the base. And I want to talk to you about why I made these farms. Why did I make unlimited gold? Why did I make a Piglin Trading Hall? And why did I make a drowned farm? Well, the reason is because I need unlimited gold, unlimited items from a Piglin, and unlimited trident. And the reason why I need unlimited tridents is because in Minecraft Bedrock, you need a thing called trident killers. And they evolve a trident. So, that is why I built these 3 farms. Is because I need loads of gold, tridents, and stuff for a Piglin. So next, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do with all this stuff? Well, I feel I'm going to use the gold, collect loads of it, and make a massive object with the gold. I'm going to build a gold village. A bit like that village in the background. I'm going to transform all the buildings and make them all gold. And maybe I might build a whole mountain of gold. And then with the stuff with the Piglin, what am I going to do with that? Well, I think I'm going to use all of that for different farms. Now what am I going to do with all the drowns? Now I think with the drowns I'm going to trade all of the rotten flesh with villagers and get loads of emeralds. Now, that is all possible in the future maybe, but what am I going to do next episode? Next episode, I think it's going to be a massive surprise. Now, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This has taken me hundreds of hours to make. Please subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.